All right, guys, just wanted to share a quick little update video. Um, I've got a buddy who, with my process, got a brand new Raptor, $103,000, and he sent in, the coupon, the bookkeeping entry, and got the CUSIP, sent the notice of subrogation. He did all that, and he got emailed today an offer. So a recovery specialist for the bank that got the loan for his truck sent an email, and really it was an offer. It wasn't even a threat. It wasn't, hey, you owe us, we're going to sue you, this is what we're demanding. It simply said, hey, we've got two offers for you. You have until the end of February to take them. And remind you, his remaining balance is $103,000. And she simply, and the offer was offer one, $52,000, one time, lump sum. And, it's over with. And so it's 50% off. The other option was, I think it was like $32,000 down payment, and then, payments for a year to equal up to about the same amount. So basically, they were not saying that he still, he owed and we're going to sue you and this or that. It was simply, hey, give us 50 grand and we'll call it good. And so he's basically getting a brand new Raptor for $50,000. Now, he sent a counter offer for $20,000, just to see what they would say. They emailed back actually within minutes and said, no, we can't accept that offer. Our final offer is $52,000. And he sent another offer today. How about $30,000? You release the lien. You send me proof that you're mailing the title. They again said, $52,000 is good until February 26th. And I said, okay, just leave them alone, see what they do. But it's, interesting. And he also, he got the truck loan, and then with our process, he did a credit sweep and got some trade lines. And, we now have 2 trade lines on our website. Got a couple trade lines, jumped his credit up, and then went out and got a bunch of loans, personal loans. Got, $100-something,000. And so he has the cash, and I had him invest it. So his money is sitting in a money market, earning 4 to 6% just for sitting there while he decides, if he's going to do real estate, what he's going to do with his money. But while he's thinking, his money is growing and it's earning interest, instead of the 0.1% it makes at a bank. So he's got his money invested. It's sitting there, making money for him. And he's got this offer. And I told him it's completely up to you. I said, it may take another 6 months to a year before they finally officially discharge this loan. And then you're, work on getting the title, and you can drive the car around without worry of repossession. Or, you've got the cash on hand now since you got these, unsecured loans. You can go ahead and, pay it off. And you just got a $103,000 brand new Ford Raptor for $52,000. And technically, it didn't cost you anything. So, just thought I'd share that update of what you can do with this process. He hasn't made a decision. I think he said he's going to sit and wait, see if they, give him a sweeter deal, or, what they say after February 26th. And like I said, it's why would they not? They're not even threatening them. They're not even threatening a lawsuit. They're just saying, hey, how about you just do this and we'll call it good. So, I've done this process several times. I have never seen this. I have never seen, I've seen credit cards do it. Credit cards, you have a $10,000 limit saying, hey, if you pay us $2,000, we'll call it good. No collections, no nothing, no, bad whatever. So I've seen it all the time with credit cards, but and sometimes, and also with debt collections. Never seen it for a car loan. So this is a first. I've never seen them say, hey, how about this? So just thought I'd share a quick little update, just, let you know. And I'm still waiting on my Raptor that I got. It's been about 10 months now since I started the process, and I've gotten one letter from them, and it was basically a month ago about the original message in I think March or April, 10 months later, saying, hey, we got your payment, your attempt, We can't accept it. But remember, guys, when they send you these rejection letters, it's always blanket statements. It's never signed by anybody. And sometimes it's even sent through UPS mail instead of the government. So there's a weird little trick they use. So yeah, just wanted to update what's going on and what's happening with my buddy's Raptor and just an idea out there. We can always settle with these guys. It's not losing if you settle. You know, you get what you want. Didn't cost you anything. You know, I do this with traffic tickets. Sometimes I have friends that, you know, get $1,000 traffic ticket. They'll do my process, and what courts will do is they'll delay. They'll bring you in, make you sit there all day, and they said, oh, we're going to reschedule you for, you know, 3 more months down the road. They bring you in, they do it again. They make you sit there all day, go, oh, I'm sorry, we're going to have to reschedule you. And that's just to get you to pay. But, you know, I had a buddy, he got a, you know, like a $1,200 ticket. The place was like 6 hours away. He went there for his trial. They checked him in the morning. And then a few hours later, they asked him why he was there. He said, well, I'm waiting for my trial. They said, oh, yeah, that's rescheduled. We don't know why you're here. We're like, I checked in with you guys this morning. So they played that game, and then he drove home, called me. You know, he's pretty frustrated. And I tell everybody, hey, just because you file this paperwork, they're not just going to bend over. They're not going to just take it easy. They're going to, you know, their tactics are to delay, and make you take time off of work and time out of your life, because this is their life. It's not, you know, they're not getting off of work. This is their work. So it's a tactic for them. But a couple of days later, he called me and said, hey, the attorney called me and said, hey, $150, and this all goes away. And so he paid it. He'd be like driving another 6 hours to this little, you know, court in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, so he paid $150, and it saved him, you know, $900. So he's happy. The prosecutor's happy. He doesn't have to bring him in to have to deal with all this stuff, and now the prosecutor doesn't have the liability, have to pay for anything and deal with this stuff. So it just, you know, there's a win isn't always get everything you want. Sometimes you got to compromise, but at the end of the day, you're getting better results than not fighting it. And so yeah, so all right, everybody have a good day.